Hey everybody, it's Kneecap here, and in this video I'm going to be talking about the Great Push. This event actually just finished. Congratulations to Echo for winning it. I will say just really quickly, I do not personally like when people use, and I'm going to use a multitude of words to explain it, bugs, exploits, creativeness, or tricks to do things personally, but I understand a lot of the community actually not only is okay with it, but like embraces it and likes it. Therefore, I think it's completely fair game. So that's great. Congratulations to them. They're a great team even without any of those things. I don't think they even need like little tricks to necessarily win. But yeah, congrats to them that winning the first ever one and one of the most exciting PVE events I've ever watched. That's for sure. Let's just talk about it a little bit here. The way it worked is you have the dungeons obviously that are in the live game, and you have to do them on. It starts at plus 24, and then as you complete them, you can do higher keystones. And so if you do all 25s, there's 6 dungeons to work with because there's 2 for trials. So like if you did all 25s, you would have a 150 score, 6 times 25. Pretty simple. This high score ended up being, I think, 157 for Echo. So just a bit over that, some 26s, and then the 28 Plague Fall to finish it off for them for the victory. And yeah, it definitely was a great event. Definitely more interesting than the MDI directly for I think many reasons. One being because the teams were so close. The final day was completely riveting. There was 4 teams, I believe, at the end that were all right in it, that if their dungeons went well and the other 3 didn't or whatever, but basically like very feasible scenarios that any of these 4 teams could have won at the end. I thought we saw Echo basically rise up into it because they're in a position, I think, in my opinion, because they were in a position that they've been in before. They're competitors. They have like multiple time MDI champions and stuff like that. So when the pressure was on, they rose to the task. Another team, I won't mention who specifically, I guess, I think they completely choked at the end. I think Skyline was just doing their best. I don't think they didn't rise up or choke. They just failed. I mean, they just couldn't quite do it. And then the other team was Sheesh, and they unfortunately just did not have it at the end. It's a very hard dungeon, the Plaguefall 27. They just did not quite have it at the end. Otherwise, I think they could have. It would have been time based. I think Echo still probably would have won, but Sheesh would have been right up there too if they could have finished that off. So those 4 teams were in it the whole time. The Does the Bears stream team, they were a notch below the other teams, but they still had an impressive showing as well. They were able to complete all the keys on 24 and then do some that are higher than 24 as well. So they weren't in that top tier that were all fighting for the win, but they were in it. Yep, unfortunately, the team was named Yep, YEP. And, they unfortunately did not have a very good showing. And they actually forfeited and dropped out because they were so far behind. I get that. I don't like dropping out personally, but I don't see any way that they could have won. So at that point, you're only playing for honor, and maybe you have other stuff to do. So honor doesn't pay bills and stuff like that either. So although I don't know, it's up to them completely. I think in this particular case, it's probably up to them. Since it wasn't direct competition. It's in arena. I think it's worse because it might cause some screw ups in that case because you're directly fighting against other people. But because you mostly had the 4 box on the screen anyways. Having 5 teams instead of 6 wasn't really making any difference whatsoever. So I was completely fine with Yap dropping out. Unfortunately, it just wasn't their tournament. But maybe they can improve, and if they ever do something like this again, that'd be great. And maybe they can do better. So the Great Push. The other highlights here were. So other than just it being a really close game, a really close tournament, coming down to the wire, being very exciting, being riveting to watch, it also brought a lot of viewers. With World of Warcraft, you expected to have even more viewers, so you're setting a low bar. Like the bar has been so low for WoW esports that it's a pretty easy hurdle to cross, I guess. But they did that deal with YouTube for the MDI and for the AWC. And because of that, they are only on YouTube. And with this, since it's not either of those things and it's a one-time event, I don't think that they can do this like multiple times unless they can get out of their YouTube contract or do something with YouTube to make them cool with it. But this was on Twitch and YouTube, and because of that, it was able to have over 50,000 viewers at one point for sure. Maybe it got over 60 or something. I don't know, but personally, I seen it over 50 between the Twitch and YouTube. So again, that's a low bar. You would hope that a game as big as WoW would have like 100,000 viewers between the two, but 50 for WoW for PvE event is, it's it's pretty good for where the bar is currently. So I was very excited to see that. It definitely felt like there's a lot of excitement and actual happiness in the WoW community today. Other than the people that were even like more more annoyed by the trickiness of Echo than I was. I don't think those people were too happy, but that did seem, like I said, that seemed to be quite a minority of the people. So great job to everybody. I really enjoyed this event. I hope that they can make this event better. There's no doubt about it. And the casters were having really good ideas about this, and I hope that they listen to people like Dratnos, for example. Dratnos is a big Mythic Plus player. He's also a high-end raider as well, and he has very good insights on tournament play and stuff. And I think he also is in tune with kind of like what viewers want to watch as well. So I would hope that they would listen to someone like him on how to improve it even more. But yeah, it was awesome event. I just felt like I needed to do a video on it because it was so great. If you didn't get a chance to watch it and you're somehow stumbling upon this video, and I definitely recommend go watch the VOD at least the last day, the last 2 or 3 hours of the last day. I would highly recommend watching because it was very, very good entertainment. So yeah, that's about it. As always, I do ask you to please subscribe to the channel because it helps me out so much. And other than that, everybody, have a good one.